classic recipe around here. It's a kale salad, a pesto kale salad. This salad has converted so many of my readers and so many clients from people who thought that they didn't like kale or were trying to force it down into something where they loved it. And this is actually a salad that you can make ahead of time. It's made with like 5 ingredients or less that you could find at almost any normal grocery store. And it's one of those really transitional foods that gives people that aha moment of, yes, I can do this. Yes, I actually like this. And yeah, this makes me feel pretty good. So let's get started. So the first step is going to be prepping our kale for the salad, and I think there's actually a little bit of a trick to it. So what I like to do is after I've washed the kale, I will hold it by the base of the stem and wrap my other hand around and just kind of pull up. So this ensures that we only get the leaf. We can leave the bitter stem behind, which some people like to use to chop it up and put it in stir fries, but we're just going to set it aside for this recipe. We really don't need it. And we are going to make the pesto next. So this pesto recipe is different than the classic. We are going to start with basil. So I have about 1.5 ounces here of fresh basil leaves that I'm just going to start adding to the blender. And instead of using loads and loads of Parmesan cheese, which there's nothing wrong with Parmesan cheese, I love it. But I'm going to use something a little bit different in this recipe called nutritional yeast. So nutritional yeast is a spice-like powder that is found in many bulk sections of the grocery store. And what it is it's a seasoning essentially that has tons of B vitamins. So B vitamins are great for energy, they're great for your metabolism, and this flavor actually has like a nice cheesy sort of taste to it. It's also really good on popcorn. So just something a little bit different and more fun. It's much easier to digest than cheese is for most people, even if they don't have a food sensitivity to it. So this makes this salad awesome for weeknights, for busy days, for lunches, when you want something really kind of hearty and satisfying and vegetable based that'll make you feel great without making you feel kind of weighed down and heavy after. So we're going to put the basil in first, and then I'm going to add about a cup of these raw cashews here. And I'm using cashews instead of pine nuts because they do tend to give it a little bit of a creamier taste to it. So we're going to have the creaminess from the cashews, the cheesiness from the nutritional yeast, and then I'm going to add in the juice of 1 lemon as well, with just a tiny bit of olive oil, some sea salt and pepper, and a little bit of water actually to blend it, and that's going to make our pesto. So stay tuned. Okay, and now the best part. So I just finished blending the pesto, which is also great on top of chicken and top of fish, even on steak, potatoes, quinoa, brown rice, everything. If you have any leftover, which I doubt that you would. So we're going to come back to our kale salad, and since I washed it before, I'm just going to kind of towel it off a little bit and absorb all the extra water, because we really want this pesto sauce to kind of stick and get in the little nooks and crannies there. So, with this being all dry, I'm now going to take some olive oil, and this is the trick of the trade. So sprinkling a little bit of olive oil over the top here, and getting your clean fingers ready. And we're really going to kind of get in here and start massaging the leaves. So I know this sounds kind of weird, but this is one of the best ways to help naturally break down the bitterness of the kale. So as you massage it, you're really kind of like softening the leaves essentially. And making it a little bit sweeter tasting and much more palatable, so you don't get that kind of like rough kale sort of taste and texture. So after the salad has been kind of rubbed with the olive oil first, we are just going to pour the pesto, which you'll see it's kind of like nice and thick. So we're just going to pour this in, and we're going to do exactly the same thing with the pesto as we did with the olive oil. So we're just going to actually kind of get our hands in there, rub it really well on the leaves, and this salad is so great because once you make this, it actually tastes better even the next day as the flavor. And there we have our beautiful kale salad that tastes even better and will last in the fridge for almost a week, but I really doubt it'll be around that long. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.